Hello, welcome to my channel. And today I just want to talk a little bit about the Mormon church. And so I'll tell you right up front that I was born into the church, and I'm not sorry that I was. And this isn't a bashing session either. I want to make a few points that are absolute facts that can't be disputed by anyone if they're honest. And so the first thing is that all of the members of the Q15, that would be the Quorum of the 12 plus the First Presidency, so there's 15 in the Quorum. So every one of those people are either Democrats, Socialists, Marxists, Communists, whatever. They lean left. Now you know that the number one thing that the Democrats like is abortion. And we know that Dieter Uchtdorf has donated to the Democratic Fund several times. And he didn't deny it, he just said it was his wife. But the point being that when you donate to a political party, it's the same as when you donate to the church. When you donate to the church, on the donation slip it says, it's none of your damn business what we use this money for. When you give it to us, it's us. If we want to, we can use it to pay off the $5 million we was fined for lying on our taxes. You know, it doesn't say that word for word, but basically when you give them the money, it's theirs. They can do with it as they please. And same with the Democratic Party. So to say that that money that Uchtdorf donated didn't finance an abortion is not provable. So anyway, this is just a fact. You know, they're left-leaning, and we know there's nothing of the left-leaners. In other words, the Democrat Party and all leftists are a lot like Satan. Their ideals are precisely word for word of those of Satan. When Lucifer got kicked out of heaven, that was his mantra, the same as the Democratic Party today, word for word. So it's not really even possible for a Democrat to be a Christian. I mean, they can lie and say they are, but none of the ideals or philosophies of the Democratic Party or the Communist Party or the Socialists or the Marxists are Christ-like. None of them, not a single one. Now, we do know that the church has partnered with and finances and supports every satanic organization that I've ever heard of. Now, if you know of a satanic organization that the church hasn't either flat partnered with or supports with millions of dollars, you be sure and write it in the comments, because I've never heard of one. And I've talked to hundreds of people online, thousands of people online, and they've never heard of one either. But if you have, you be sure and let me know in the comments. So, I mean, I'm talking about the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, and things like that. Even the Red Cross, you know what happens when you donate your blood to the Red Cross? They sell it. Only 20% of the blood that's donated to the Red Cross actually goes to a hospital, you know, for people that need transfusions and stuff like that. 80% is sold for bioweapon research. That is a fact. Take it to the bank. So anybody that says that the Red Cross is a charitable organization is a lying, worthless piece of shit bastard, because they are evil to the core, period. So, you know, as are a lot of charities. I mean, face it, if a charity says they donate less than 100% to the people that need it, then they're in it for the money. You know, now like the Hillary Clinton Foundation, you know, 2% or whatever it is goes to the Haitians or whatever it was they was donating to, and 98% goes in her bank. So she calls that a charity. Well, that's not a charity. Anyway, so they were caught cheating on their taxes. They hid hundreds of billions of dollars in shell corporations that they hid the money in, and so the government fined him $5 million, which is pocket change. But you got to look at that pocket change. It's $5 million to the church's pocket change, but that money comes from an 85-year-old woman on Social Security or welfare and food stamps, the widow's mite. That's where a lot of that money comes from. So don't forget that. Those people are donating it to help somebody, and really it just went to buy a mall or to buy a $100 million building in Florida or San Diego or wherever, office buildings around the world and stuff like that. Now, it's a known fact, you should know it if you don't, that Russell M. Nelson is a member of the Skull and Bones Society. That's a secret combination, and he's also a member of the Allen Key, which is another secret combination. Now, you might have remembered back when George W. Bush was president of the United States, and he was also a Skull and Bones member, and people were asking him, how about the initiation where he had sex in a coffin with somebody, and the required initiation and stuff like that. It's a pretty evil organization. Those people do well. That is, Satan provides them with highly respectable jobs, world leadership positions. There's a lot of people that have been president and other prestigious jobs that were a member of the Skull and Bones. So that's not to say that the Skull and Bones doesn't provide millions of dollars for their members. It does, but it's of Satan, and it is a fact. You can Google it. And so now there's also the organizations that they donate to, like the Black Lives Matter so that they can burn down Wendy's, or the NAACP so that they can create racism, and these different organizations. Those aren't really charities. Those are terrorist organizations, and the church supports them with millions of dollars. So who else do you know besides the LDS Church that provides millions of dollars every year in legal defense for child molesters? That's a big one. So, and they do, Curtin and McConkie. When a bishop or a stake president is accused of child molestation, they call the attorneys. They don't call the police. They call the attorneys. So that's how that works, and they're provided the very best legal defense that money can buy. Now, during the COVID thing, when people were locked down and required masks and that, in a lot of cases the church was stricter than the government. And while you could go to the bar and get drunk, you couldn't go to church. But the church did require masks, and we know that a cloth mask can keep out a virus as well as a chain link fence can keep out a mosquito. I mean, anybody that says a cloth mask works is just a lying bastard. That's all there is to it. So there's no known benefit whatsoever to wearing a cloth mask. And of course, some of the masks that people were wearing were just silly things, just as a joke, But anyway, the church closed their temples and churches when they weren't required to by the government. They did it of their own free will. And with Russell Nelson being a doctor, you'd think that he would know, some of these things. I mean, it's all proven to anybody with a brain now that that the jab is dangerous and certainly not safe and effective. But anyway, you'd think that he would know that. So we're commanded as members of the church to read Isaiah, which is in the Bible. And there's several things that Isaiah says, and one of them that Isaiah says is in the last days, which we are in the last days, that the leadership of the church are drunkards of Ephraim, mad dogs. They don't even know what in the hell they're doing, and they're just, not even being a good charity, just amassing a lot of cash. And anyway, Isaiah is a really good thing to read. It also says that the next civil war will start, and it actually, Isaiah 19, you can read that if you want. want to read about the next Civil War. I don't know that it'll start in the next 45 days. It might. Joseph Smith said it would start in Chicago. I don't know. But I do know that if Trump isn't elected, if they steal it from him the second time, there's going to be a lot of people that are pissed off. So anyway, either you believe the scriptures or you don't. And another thing is that when Jesus was alive, he said, "Come follow me." And the Mormon Church doesn't say that. They say, "Follow the prophet." Of course, they spell it P-R-O-F-I-T. But the point being that that's not what Jesus said to do. So, anyway, their support for these different organizations and New World Order and 15-minute cities and things like that, Governor Cox lied about, saying he didn't know anything about it, the lying prick. He knows all about it. He's in 100%. He got millions from the COVID money. So anyway, these are just things that I wanted to put out there. Maybe you already knew all that. These are just facts. There's none of it speculation. And if you didn't know any of it, you can certainly use Google, even though Google hides a lot of things. But I heard the other day where if you type in President Donald into Google, it doesn't come up with Trump. There's no Trump responses in all of the millions. The number one result is President Donald Duck. So anyway, that's how fair Google is. But so I thank you for watching this. You can watch. I've got other videos, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.